Legends, what is going on? Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. Now you are going to have to excuse this barnet, people. I are trying to grow the hair, and you have to go through these stages of it looking horrendous, especially if I don't do nothing to it. If I put loads of oil in it, it's alright, but I've just obviously not done that this morning. I had to get up nice and early today, so we've got a pool guy coming round, and I told the pool guy that I'd already hoovered it out. And I did, but it was like a week or so ago. And since then, leaves have fell in it, because I have got a cover, but somehow the leaves still get in the sides. Anyway, I've had to hoover that out this morning. He's coming probably the next sort of 10 minutes. And then gonna close the pool off for the winter. We're not using the pool. I'm using the ice bath, but not the pool, just because you have to sort of keep the levels of chlorine up there and stuff like that. So closing it off for winter, and then we'll reopen it again probably, I don't know when. Maybe March, April time next year. But anyway, look, we've always got some merch. Your boy's got some new merch that says KN, and then on the back, I don't know if you guys can see it. You can't. If I let me put this down here. You better see if I do this, won't you? Kieran Nichols Coaching. So I'm not going to be selling this exact hoodie with Kieran Nichols Coaching on the back, obviously, but I might start selling them with the KN there, because a lot of people, I had my K&A ones, which is Kieran Nichols Academy, which has actually now changed, the name's actually changed now to Physique X. But this is my coaching one, my one-to-one coaching service, and people like this logo, and people have said, why don't you make some hoodies? But I might do, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, today's video, sorry to keep my hand from my hair, it just looks horrendous. But today's video is going to be a full day of eating, and we are going to hit some serious calories today. I've not eaten anything yet, and it's 8 o'clock, which is already too late. I need to at least get 500-600 calories into me before 8 o'clock normally. But without further ado, people, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Right, I always, and I cannot stress to you guys enough, make sure the first meal, for fuck's sake, she's left me 3 eggs, is always high protein. Unless, right, the only reason I would say not to have a high protein breakfast is if you're training, let's say at 8 o'clock in the morning, or even earlier at that point, the last thing you really want to do is wake up, have a load of protein, and then go to the gym. Now, sometimes that's okay. Sometimes people can sort of feel like jacked up in their digestion, right? But I would always say high carbs around the training. So for me, if I was training at 8 AM, I would go full on 100 grams of oats, 130 grams of banana, 20 grams of peanut butter, and that is all you need. You're gonna have the most sensational workout on that food. If you were to have just like 5 or 6 eggs, you're not really going to get a lot of energy from that eggs. Now, I want to just talk to you about a quick stat. Don't go away, because this stat is insane. If you haven't got enough glycogen or sugar in your bloodstream, you've basically got a 20-minute window of glycogen that you can use. 20 minutes. So let's say you go to the gym and you're not eating anything and you're training fasted. Now, I'm particularly talking about weight training as opposed to cardio. If you go to the gym and you've not got sugar in your bloodstream, the glycogen, you've got a 20-minute window. You'll be amazing for 20 minutes, you'll feel great. Your body is utilizing that glycogen in the bloodstream, and you'll be fine. But what happens after that 20 minutes? Now, people seem to think that your body turns to fat stores as energy. Now, this is a very interesting stat that maybe some of you don't know. Fat takes 5 hours to break down into energy, okay? Muscle takes 3 minutes. So your body always looks for the quickest source of energy. And after the glycogen's finished up, your body's going to start turning to muscle. So you're basically wasting, like muscle wastage, you're basically using your muscle as the next form of energy. So I cannot stress to you enough how important food is around our training. And I've stressed this enough to every single one of my clients and everyone that speaks to me about food. Now, when I give diet plans or training plans or any food plans in general, I don't give certain meal times, because a lot of the time people training at different times, but I will ask the individual when they're training, and I'll say, right, if you can, have this meal before you train. The rest of the food I'm not too bothered about, but in and around our training, we need to have carbs. Anyway, protein is going in because I'm not training until later. Actually, it's a day off today. It's a day off today. It's rest day, but I'm gonna still have some serious calories. We're having eggs. We're gonna have guacamole. We're gonna have salmon. All right, now, single ingredient foods. Yes, I've bought the guacamole, but there's nothing in this. There's only avocado, lemon juice, water, a little bit of tomato, onion, coriander. So it's all single ingredients. So I'm gonna have this, and this, probably a bagel. Let's get this. Is gonna be some serious cows. Now, with bulking, so I don't track that much olive oil, like, 'cause realistically, that's like half, not even a fucking half, like probably a teaspoon and a bit, and realistically, it's gonna get soaked up into the eggs. Yes, I'm gonna eat it, but how much is it gonna be? It's probably about 50 calories. So if I hit my calories, I'm happy because I've kind of gone slightly over, which is what we want. I'm bulking, and for some reason my weight, people, oh, you're down there, my weight is a joke. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. I'm just going to scramble these today. Can't be bothered to hard boil them. She's only left me 3 eggs, so that's great. So the reason I choose eggs, salmon, and avocado is because my breakfast needs to be high calorie, all right? And this is obviously high in fats. So this is only 100 grams of salmon, and I'll eat the whole 100 grams, and it's got 10 grams of fat in here. We've also got 6 grams of fat per quarter of this pot. So we've got 24 grams of fat in that entire pot. So that's 34 grams of fat. You've probably got about, what, 3 in each egg? So let's just say 10. So you're looking at 45 grams of fat in this entire meal. So quite a lot of fats, but I don't really eat a lot of fats throughout the rest of the day, to be honest with you. High protein, high fat breakfast. It's not gonna be very high carb because I'm only having 1 bagel, because again, she's only left me 1 bagel. This is how I do my eggs when I scramble them. I've already left it slightly too long. So normally, people will just put them in the pot. I do this, I've left it slightly too long, but in fact I've actually left it really too long. But I quite like it where you get a little bit of white in the scramble. I don't know why, I just do. I don't like it to be completely, unless you go to a proper restaurant where they make it, but obviously they chuck butter in it and all sorts. So I generally just like to scramble it like this. Now guys, since moving, we're on gas hobs. Oh, cannot tell you how much I prefer gas hobs. I genuinely hate the induction hobs. I just think they're so bad for the pans and they're just shit. So that is how I do my scrambled eggs. I've actually left that quite long enough, so that's perfect. So I've got a little bit of white in there as well. I enjoy the white. And then what I'll do is I won't put any salt and pepper in there whilst cooking it. I actually prefer to put that in there after it's cooked. So that's pretty much there. Now what I'll do is I'll turn that off now. Just leave it in the pan, just while I sort out the bagel. So just a quick tip, we've got prime smoked salmon here. Now, 100 grams on the back of the packet, right? But always weigh the food. So I've got some scales here, we'll see exactly how much is in there, because it might be slightly less, it might be slightly more. And especially when you're doing high fat foods, it can be, let's say it was 10 or 15 grams off. That's quite a lot in regards to what fats would be and then calories. And also protein. You always say, oh, we hit enough protein, but if you're not tracking it, you don't know. Even someone like myself, who's been tracking food for 16 years, I would still track this. So what I'm going to do is weigh it out and see how far off we are. We might be okay. £100 grams, whole packet. So it should be anyway. And we are looking at, see, it's not too far off. That's 98. I don't know if you guys can see that. It says 98. So we're okay. But on a serious note, I'm being generally serious now. Most products that you get from packets or various other places, like, they just don't weigh the exact same as what it says in the packet, so be careful with what that is. Like even a pack of tuna, it will say, oh, drained weight is this. But drain it out and then check, because you might drain out more than others, and then you don't really know 100% what you're hitting. Obviously that's being a little bit anal. If you're new to tracking, then just get it as close as you can. But honestly, if you want to take shit seriously, start tracking your food down to the absolute gram. Plus, you go to bed that night knowing that you've hit everything bang on the absolute money. Right, trust me people, I'm not even hungry. I'm not hungry a single bit. But the sun coming on, right, beautiful. But I need to get calories in, I need to get food in, I want to get bigger. Now, I want to talk to you quickly about training as well. Normally when you're bulking, training feels amazing. And I'll be honest with you, training does feel good. Strength-wise, we're good. But every training session I'm having at the moment, I leave the gym feeling sick. Now, I don't think either that's a good thing or it's a bad thing in regards to the fact that probably because I'm just eating a lot of food and maybe I've got my timing slightly off. But I don't know. It's annoying me because I really enjoy going to the gym. And I tell you what it's forcing me to do is actually take a rest day, which is exactly what I need to do because I train super hard, super heavy. My body's a little bit in bits, joints are starting to hurt. Not too much. But then, that day off, like I'm having day off today, I cannot wait to go to the gym now tomorrow. I just can't wait. So, it is a good thing because I'm taking some time off, a good amount of time off as well. Right, we're going to smash this in. So what I tend to do, I normally cut this up a lot smaller, or actually cut it up in general. Cut it up in bits of strips, chuck it on the bagel, and then I'll try put some egg on top without it going everywhere. Now I still try and eat clean as hell when I'm bulking. It's honestly game changer, guys. I don't know how many times I have to stress to you guys enough about single ingredient foods. It is absolutely king. I'm gonna sneeze. Bless me. It's absolutely king. Like, you think about it, if you was a muscle, right, you've just trained, your muscle has just been trained by you. Your muscles are screaming out, the fibers are broken down. You're now feeding it, not this right now, because obviously it's not, I've not trained, but if I was just then feeding it like single ingredient foods, white potato, sweet potato, you know, oats, great carbohydrate sources, protein, eggs, you know, turkey, chicken, beef. I would always try and say when you, after you've trained though, try and limit the amount of fats you put into your body. So this meal right now wouldn't be the best meal if you had post-trained. So I wouldn't do that. But honestly, it is an absolute game changer, single ingredient foods. I'm actually relaunching my app, guys. So Kieran Nichols Academy is now turned into Physique X. All right, and now what we're going to do is we're going to create single ingredient meal plans. So for people that actually want to come on board, it's a do-it-yourself program basically, because I'll give you all the tools you need. You go away and you crack on with the program and you smash it. So it's a lot cheaper than the one-to-one service. But for people that are probably watching this, you'll be absolutely fine. All the single ingredient foods, you eat those, you do the training, you're going to get results. Do it for 12 weeks, we're laughing. Anyway, first mouthful. It's good. I'm not hungry, but it's good. We're going to get this in. I'm going to tell you exactly how many calories it is. So, the best way to track this would always be to scan all the packets of foods. Alright? Because that gives you the best markers. That was 170, 1.7. And then we had 100 grams of the smoked salmon. 200 calories for that. Now I had 3 medium eggs. Eggs, 3, 180. I had the guacamole, salmon, eggs, and then bagel. So the entire calories for this meal, 865 calories, 51.2 grams of carbs, 47.9 grams of fats, and 52 grams of protein. A solid way to start a day, and I need coffee. We've got the pool guy here, people. I don't know, I bet he's putting 10 litres of algicide in there and chlorine and stuff. Just help to keep it super clean throughout this winter period. Look at the bar on it, people. I look like David Beckham from '98. Anyway, we've got ourselves a double espresso just to get rid of the taste of salmon in my mouth. Otherwise, I might be sick. I love salmon, but for some reason, I'm just not loving food at the minute. Too much food's going in. So, anyway, good start today. 800 or so calories. I'm going to probably eat again in about an hour and a half time because I need to get more food in because I started a little bit later than normal. Anyway, this is obviously 0 calorie, black, double espresso. Let's get it. Right, it is time for meal number 2. We are going to have a shake. It's still early doors. What's the time? Not early, but it's early enough. It is 11:30 a.m. So I'm going to have a quick shake. Try and make this shake around 800 calories, but I've got no bananas. So I am going to just try and see what I can do with this shake. So let's go. Oh God, there needs to be at least 60 grams there. Oh sweet, 80 grams. Don't normally go above 70 because it tastes a little bit, you know, but anyway, we have done today. My pet peeve about Ellie is when she opens a bag like that, like buck off. Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't come out properly. Just get the flipping scissors, give it a proper corner so you can actually pour them out. These don't really make any difference. 100 grams of these is just like 60 calories. Almond butter, because peanut butter has ran out. So I need at least 20 grams of this. Might go 30 actually, just to get some more. How much is that? 33. Bang on. And a little lickage. A bit of water in there now before I forget. Two scoops. Cereal whey. It's the best flavour. It's the best flavour, plus it's more neutral, which means when you're making shakes, you know, it keeps the flavour of like the raspberries and the almond butter. Bit thick, I reckon. Bit thick, so what I'm going to do is pour half of it in there. A bit more water. Give it another blitz. This is brand new, this thing. It doesn't sound like it's breaking already. It's very watery now. I said that I needed to get it to around 800 calories. We didn't do too bad. Considering we've got no bananas, we done 770 calories, 59 grams of carbs, 25 fat, and 69 grams of protein. So I drink it out of a shaker because it's such a nightmare trying to drink it out of this. But I've got quite a lot of juice here now, like quite a lot. Look, it's like 2 portions. So let's just down this as quick as we can. Such an easy way to get calories in, guys. Like, I don't want to eat right now. I'm so full. I feel so full. It's now, well, by the time I made that, it's taken me 5 minutes. So 11:30 just gone. I need to eat again at around 1 latest, probably 12:30. So I don't want to have another meal now to then eat again. But I've just got some chicken out, so hopefully that's going to defrost in time. And then my next meal will be a proper meal. Meal number 3. It was going to be chicken, but the chicken is still not defrosted. So we are going to eat this, which is what I made last night, which is basically a really quick, really simple spaghetti bolognese, but with penne pasta, because I find it easier to eat and less mess. And I use this really cool sauce actually. It's just like a jar, but it was good ingredients, and it only had like 120 calories per the whole pot. And I obviously had half last night, and then a little bit more, and then I've got this rest over. So I've sort of tracked it like roughly, but I know what I'm sort of doing today. So I'm eating this one now, and then once that chicken's defrosted, which looks disgusting in there, I'm then gonna have a nice chicken, rice, broccoli meal for later on. Right, we have, so meal number 3 is literally mince, pasta, and some sort of sauce. And I've tracked this at, where are we? Around 678 calories, which is about right, to be honest with you. I can't obviously 100% weigh out the mince, but I know it was a kilogram of mince that I cooked. I had 250 in the first portion, about 200 in the last portion, so it's probably more than what I've tracked. I didn't track 180, but we're talking 70 grams carbs, 11 fats, 70 protein. Always make sure I cover it in a bit of pink Himalayan salt after it's cooked, as opposed to cooked, just or cooking. Right, people, meal number 4 is about to go in the bag. I'm just going to put some rice on. Top tip, by the way, right there. Bulking season, people. So we bought a massive, I think it's 5 kilograms, 4 kilograms of rice. So cook it in bulk, because you gotta know I'm all about that single ingredient food. And even the rice packets that you buy and you microwave, they've just got stuff you don't need. And also they shrink too much when you cook it. So I'm literally just going to put in. I've actually remembered that me and Ellie do a meal once a week now. So we're cooking tonight. I think we're making like a chicken and leek pie. So it's just going to be a bonus meal for me. Get more calories in. But I'm going to just do 1 dry cup of rice. And then I'll weigh that when it's cooked. And then I track it cooked, because I scan the back of the packet, and if you read on here, it says nutritional values per cooked rice. So that is the way I track it. Top tip, people, when you're bulking, you want to eat chicken, or you've got chicken on your plan, chop it up like thin. Like mine's in like really thin sort of strips. Just a lot easier to eat. It really is. And you don't want to be chewing big chunks of chicken. Like you just feel awful, doesn't it? Lads, another thing that I do is look how starchy that is, yeah? Proper starchy. So we're gonna rinse it. The tap, my tap's so warm, so it's definitely hot enough to get rid of all the starch. So I've got this like sieve thing. It's not really the best sieve if I'm honest with you, but that's all I've got to use. So I'm going to put this in here and just basically get the tap nice and warm and just rinse it. And that's going to get all that starch off. And the reason that is because if you was to drain it, right? Sorry, if you was to weigh it, like all the starch on, you're weighing starch as well as rice. You don't know what you're actually tracking. Obviously, just make sure it's warm or hot water, just so you don't cool down the rice. We're talking 600 grams, people, of rice, which is quite a lot. Proper meal, people. So it's actually only 150 grams of chicken, 600 rice, and whatever broccoli. I don't track broccoli because I've only got about 50-60 grams anyway, and it's about 0 calories. So all good. I'm going to eat this now. Now, again, I'm not hungry. I'm actually not hungry. I've just got to try and get this food in, and then I think me and Ellie will probably cook around probably 6:30. I think it's now, what's the time now? It's now 5 o'clock coming up to, so it's now 5 to 5. So I'll probably eat again in another hour and a half, but I'm not hungry. Trust me, I'm not hungry. I've just got to get through this. Let's do it. Nice bit of plain chicken, plain white rice, pink Himalayan salt, game changer. Tastes good if you ask me. So I only went for 150 grams of chicken because I'm going to have that chicken pie, so I don't want to have 200 now and then have more later, so that's why I've done that. This meal is sitting at around, yeah, this meal was actually 1,036 calories, 174 carb, 7.2 fat, and 62 protein. The rice alone is 780 calories, but carbs, people, we need to get those in. We've got a couple more meals left that I've tracked, but I haven't tracked the chicken pie that Ellie's going to make later. And I have no idea how to track that yet. But like I said, I might just have it as a bonus meal. We'll see. It is now coming up to, what time is it? 6:13. in the PMs. So we are having chicken sweet corn pie. So me and Ellie on our Instagrams, if you don't follow us, make sure you go and do. We do a 1 meal a week basically. She posts loads of meals, but as a collaborative post, we do 1 meal a week, and we always choose a random recipe. Today we're doing a chicken pie. Your boy does not eat chicken pie that much. I can honestly say the last time I had a chicken pie, which probably when my mum made it to me when I was like 21.
Yeah, but it's like a healthier one.
It's a healthier version. All the meals that Ellie does is all healthier versions anyway. So it's fine. And like I said, I've already tracked my food for today. This is just going to be a bonus. Like I'm only going to have this on its own. I'm not having any veg with it or any potatoes or anything like that. So it's just going to be a bonus, just be a slice of pie. Probably won't even bother tracking it. I'll just make sure I know I go over my calories. I mean, it's a good thing because honestly, I was probably under them slightly yesterday, and your boy needs to put on some serious pounds, don't he, Al? Because how many pounds have I put on in a year since last year?
You literally said the same way.
She kills me. I've obviously put on size, I've obviously put muscle mass on. My scale weight just doesn't move that much. I feel like I'm the heaviest I've ever been, but probably the leanest at this way. But anyway, I'm not going to show you how we make it, because if you want to watch that, you have to go on the Instagrams, but I'll show you when it's done. Pie is done, legends. Look at that, looks pretty good. We've made it in one pan because it's called a 1 pan pie. So that's the reason for that. And these are Ellie's little accessories, these little hearts. But let's dig in. Right, meal number 5, isn't it? Meal number 5. So I've only tracked, I'll say I haven't, it's not going to, well, it's going to be here, I'm going to eat more than this. 150 grams of chicken. I've tracked like 50 grams of the puff pastry. That can't be more. That can't be less. Even more than that, sorry, because that's tiny and it's very puff. Cream, onions, and sweet corn. This is coming to 516 calories, but I'm probably going to have a bit more, so we'll see. But this isn't 516 calories. What I tracked in what I eat will be. But honestly, it's unbelievable. I haven't had a chicken and leek pie. Sorry. Chicken and sweet corn pie for absolute years. Perks of living with your bird, because I would never go and make this nowadays. Not a chance. Got one more meal left. So I'm going to eat this. I've got to get some work done because I've still got a bit to do. It's 7:15 in the evening, and then catch you guys up at next meal time. Right team, just been cracking on with some work. It is now 8:40 PM. Your boy has got one more meal to eat. And we're going for one big bowl of these chocolate hooplas. Don't ask me why it's called that, because your boy hasn't got a clue. And we're gonna go for big bowl. It's actually a small bowl because everyone's dirty. We'll have about 100 grams of this. At every single meal I've eaten today, your boy's not been hungry. Just goes to show exactly what you've got to do when you're bulking, and it's literally eat when you're not hungry. Every single meal. I don't really have a lot of milk, to be honest with you. 200, that'll do. I like it quite dry, to be honest. These are actually unbelievable. Normally cheap cereal is absolutely dead, but this is crazy good. I'm going to finish up eating this and watch a bit of TV. And that is going to wrap up today's video, people. Full day of eating in the bag. Obviously we're bulking, so we can get away with a few things at the momento. You know, I won't normally, if I was to cut, I wouldn't be having anything like chicken pies and shit like that. But the fact is, you can get away with it a little bit more this time round. And I'll try and stick to as clean foods as possible when bulking as well, because it makes me feel good. And the performance levels in the gym are crazy good. But anyway, 4 calories macros are going to be on the screen. Appreciate you all. Peace.
A year from today, you're going to look back at the previous 365 days and you're either going to say, thank God I spent my time doing that, or you're going to say, damn, I wish I spent my time doing that.